Hi guys, Holly Millican from South Grafton High School here, bringing you my fourth video on making maths fun. Now this video goes over a few different activities that I try and use right at the end of the term. Now we all know that we get to that point in the term where we've only got 1 or 2 lessons left with the kids, we've done the topic test or the term test, and we're sitting there going, I need them to do something productive. What can I get them to do? The activities that I try and use in this situation really focus on that group work aspect, really engaging the kids in those critical and creative thinking skills, and really trying to get the kids to work together as a team, which is something they don't get a lot of in mathematics. Now my first activity is a Clark Creative Education resource called Mathematical Escape Rooms. Now, if you've ever been in an escape room yourself, it's one of those things where you're put in with a team of people and you're given a variety of puzzles to solve to escape the situation. This is very similar, except instead of the puzzles being about a variety of things, they are all about whichever topic of maths you are currently studying. So there's a range of them on the website for pretty much every topic. The most recent one that I did was with my Year 7 class on decimals, and they absolutely loved it. Let's check out the process. Now here you can see the contents of the first envelope for the decimal escape room. Students need to utilise their knowledge of the topic vocabulary to correctly identify the code needed to receive the second envelope. Now this second envelope requires error analysis alongside addition, multiplication and subtraction skills with decimals. Now as you can see, these problems have increased in difficulty slightly from the problems that we encountered in envelope 1. Now, envelope 3 has us looking at harder questions again. Now, I won't ruin the ending for you, but it is safe to say that the kids all want to be the first team to escape maths. Now, a couple of pointers from me. This activity does take some time to set up, so do make sure that you give yourself ample time, especially the first time that you create a class set of these. And I generally tend not to let the kids use calculators for this activity, just to make sure that they're really engaging in the actual mathematical concept and not just plugging numbers into a calculator. Now my second activity is another group activity. Like I said before, I do try and get the kids to work together at the end of the term to try and really build those connections between the kids and get them doing something a bit different. Now my second activity is dodecahedron paper folding. So this is a really fun activity because it's something the kids can actually take home if their team manages to complete the task in class. So students are given a piece of A4 paper and I will teach them how to fold it into this shape. Now from here they are to work as a team to create 12 of these that then all go together to create a finished product, which is a 3D dodecahedron. Now, if you jump onto Google and you type in dodecahedron paper folding, there are instructions on there which can take you through exactly how to fold the paper and exactly how the kids need to put it all together. I try and leave it as a little bit of a mystery. I'll show them how to fold the original shape and then let them try and figure out how to put them all together on their own so that they really are getting that team building kind of vibe going with the activity. Many teams will figure out by the end that this is actually an activity on similarity because each of the shapes has to be the same size, otherwise you end up with massive holes in the sides of your shape. So it is a very simple activity. All you need is a piece of paper and a little bit of creativity, and the kids absolutely love it. They get really into it and try and figure out who can make the best shape, the most stable shape, who can throw theirs the highest. So it is a really great activity to end out a term. To be used right at the end of term because it brings a bit of fun into the revision. So students are handed out however many cards that are in the packet. If you're playing with the whole class, generally kids will only get 1 or 2 cards. If you split them up and play in smaller groups, they'll end up with 4 or 5 cards. Now students basically go around the circle and state what's on the back of the card. So for example, the one I have here is elapsed time. So if I had this top card here, I would say, I have 8 o'clock. who has 1 hour and 40 minutes later. Now, whichever student had 9:40 would go, oh, that's me, I've got 9:40. And they would read that part on the top of their card, and then they would say, I have 9:40, who has 1 hour and 50 minutes later. And so the circle would continue, and the winner of the game is whoever gets rid of all of their cards first. It is a great little resource. They're quite cheap online, and they do come across a range of topics. So you've got fractions, geometry, measurement, all sorts of different things in there, and they are a really good little resource just to end off a term and make it a little bit fun for the kids.